On this episode of BTV, a Southeast teacher is getting national recognition for his work. Theater presents their second show of the year, and also the opening of our own coffee shop. All that and more coming up on this episode of BTV.
Welcome to this episode of BTV. I'm your host, Miles Banks.
And I'm his co-host, Skylar. In case you didn't hear, the Board of Education just voted to end the mask mandate. The mask will now be optional after March 10th.
As you may have heard, homecoming has been postponed very out of the blue. Reporter Lexi tells us why.
Recently, Stuco made the decision to postpone homecoming to March 4th over the recent spike in COVID cases that shut schools over the winter break.
Everyone in the building was either getting sick because of COVID, there wasn't enough staff to keep even students here learning in the right environment and everything like that, to make sure everyone was safe and be a reason why people were getting COVID even more.
Stuco had to be careful rescheduling homecoming so it didn't fall into the time of prom.
We decided on the date because it wasn't too close to prom, but it wasn't too far off from our original HOCO date.
Students had dilemma about homecoming being postponed, but were overall understanding with the rescheduling.
So I had planned to just go to homecoming on my birthday, but at the last minute I had to make birthday plans because it was postponed at the last minute.
And then I also had to see what I have to help with student government since I'm a part of that committee. And we had to spread the word out because a lot of people didn't know and they were confused about it.
Stuco hopes they don't have to reschedule anything else and that events continue in the future as COVID rates continue to settle.
BTV, I'm Lexi Fisson.
Well, at least it didn't get canceled.
The second drama production of the year was held last month. Juan Carrillo talks more about the production.
Maybe he was poisoned by the brandy.
This year's second drama production was Clue.
It's about the board game Clue. It's been around forever and it's a murder mystery. The characters are very well known. Colonel Mustard, Mrs. Peacock, Miss Scarlet, Mr. Green, Mrs. White, and Professor Plum.
It's a murder mystery comedy. So there's a group of people who are going to this house party and a bunch of murders start happening. And the goal is to find out who the killer is.
Well, the screenplay is about a murder mystery and sounds very serious. It's actually a humorous comedy.
It's probably one of the funniest and most comedic shows that we've had in a while, since at least a Why Bump Off Barnaby a couple of years earlier, and it's also extremely similar to that show, as it's a comedy with murder mystery as well.
For any of those out there interested in taking an acting career path, or if you just want to do it for the fun of it, consider joining a theater class.
I would suggest trying out for senior directed one acts if you're unsure about acting, because that's a great, simple, easy process where seniors will just go through simple scenes, and then you can work some crews on some of the more major shows, and you can just find what you're comfortable with.
For BTV, I'm reporter Juan Carrillo.
From what I've heard, the Buffs put on an excellent production.
As we said at the beginning of the year, Ms. Cloclaser's class was given a grant to help better educate students on how to run a business. Now that the coffee shop is open, reporter Christopher Doe spills the beans. I'm sorry, Chris.
Earlier in the year, teachers around the district received an EDGE grant for education, which is money given to teachers to help educate their students. Ms. Cloclaser used the EDGE grant to start a coffee shop and teach students about businesses and marketing, which was a big process.
So as soon as we got the grant, it was finding the space, cleaning the space, being able to create an inventory idea of what we need in order to get this going.
Student helpers are very involved behind the counter.
First, we sanitize our hands, we grab our cups, and if it's a hot coffee, we just fill it up over at our machine over there. And if it's a cold brew, then we scoop ice into the cup and fill it up with our cold brew in the pitcher.
With the shop just opening, students are excited to try it out.
I think it's really cool. I didn't actually hear about it until yesterday, and I saw the sign and I was like, what the heck is Starbucks? But I was like, coffee? Okay.
It's been a while since I've had coffee, so I was really looking forward to this.
As the shop grows and gains more attention, students hope it will be a successful business.
I think it'll definitely grow. Like a lot of people are gonna, because I've been asking people about it and not a lot of people know, but now that everybody has coffee cups walking around, I think it's gonna spread around.
I think it would improve a lot because now that it's just now becoming a thing, I think more people will start buying things. And now that we also have like old Southeast merch that we're also purchasing, I think it's gonna be very like successful.
If you want a coffee cup for yourself, the Starbucks coffee shop will be open during lunch on even days in room F203. For BTV, I'm Christopher Doe.
Thanks, Chris, for that information. And again, I'm sorry for that joke.
Okay, well, anyways, the All City Orchestra concert was held recently after a year-long break. Schools from around the city participated and showed their skills. Here's reporter Ryan Newby on the people who performed.
All City Orchestra is a yearly thing where we have a 7th grade All City ensemble, 8th grade All City, and then a high school ensemble. So students from around the district get together and perform a concert. It's a great honor because not every kid gets selected. It's really the cream of the crop.
The annual All City Orchestra resumed after a 1-year break due to COVID. This year, there were 17 Southeast students who participated in the orchestra.
I'm looking for kids that will work hard and also that are really fast learners, because a lot of times we don't get the music until right before rehearsals start, and it's a very quick turnaround.
On top of that, there are only 4 rehearsals before the concert.
It's such an inspiring thing to see how quickly the kids come together.
Always the first rehearsal is definitely one of the most struggling ones since everybody is just together for the very first time. But then as each rehearsal goes on, it gets better and better.
All City provides new ways to socialize with different people in the fine arts community.
Meeting so many new people. It's a really good social kind of concept.
I'd say the most memorable experience would be like getting to know the conductors, because they're all college people. So like just getting to know them, understanding how they work in the college setting.
In this ensemble, people can develop skills that can help them in their future.
I hope they learn cooperation skills, time management skills. That's a big thing, especially for high schoolers. And just that this is a fun thing that they can do, and they get to see people that they might not always see on a daily basis. It gives a really nice reward to the kids that put the effort into being in a musical ensemble.
For BTV, I'm Ryan Newby.
We also had some students selected for state music. Gabe Trevino was selected for the All-State Mixed Choir, and in orchestra, Kenny Pham performed. And Jason Ma was a music ambassador at the Kansas Music Educators Convention.
The forensics team has had 3 people placed for state for their poetry performance: Joey Chapman, Sahara Rhea, and our very own Neo Johnson. All are going to Kansas City in May to perform. Sahara so far is the only team member that has double placed, which means she has gone to 2 different competitions and both placed for state. Make sure to congratulate our team members if you see them in the hallway.
Mental health is an important thing to keep in check with. That is why the movement 0 Reasons Why is here to step in. But what is this movement exactly?
I think one is just like, it's a way to get as many people involved as possible. Like, people just can come up and sign their name. It's really quick. It's a cool thing, you can hang up. So when people see it, it just creates recognition. It's just a way to like, easy way to connect. It's an easy way to like be around a bunch of people for a short period of time and then just like have quick conversations. It's a really good introduction to the campaign, basically.
I really think it's important that us as youth should take into account how much mental health affects us. And as I stated before, the U.S. Surgeon General issued a general advisory that there is a rising mental health crisis within the youth population across the country. And so this is hopefully a first sign to address it, and hopefully in the future find better solutions to solving mental health problems.
Our very own Mr. Harris debate topic was chosen by the National Federation of High Schools. Annalise Nguyen explains what that means.
Out of 9 other submitted groups, Southeast debate teacher Mike Harris's topic was chosen by the National Federation of High Schools.
Each year they request papers, proposals to be debate topics for students across the country and across the world to debate.
Now, this wasn't done overnight, in which members Peter Crevo of Wichita Northwest High School, Pam Acoma of Topeka School District, and Luke Brinker, a student of Pam's, spent a year and a half researching and developing a topic.
It's about United States and NATO cooperation to stop the rise of threats in Europe involving cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and biotechnology. We were looking for issues that we thought young people should be talking about. And so Going back 2 years ago, we thought one of the issues at the time that was facing the United States is the emerging threat of Russia.
Not only was this a big accomplishment, but it also benefits his students.
Great to have the experience from someone who's winning such contests.
It's nice to have someone representing the school nationwide.
Look forward to hearing his prompt being used in future debates. For BTV, I'm Annalise.
Be sure to congratulate Mr. Harris when you see him.
And now it's time for another episode of Have You Heard? This time, we're asking our students, what are they going to do for spring break?
Okay, yeah, we're just going to take this a little easy. Just like, what are you going to do over spring break? Punch my mom for a Klondike bar. Okay, all right. If money wasn't an option and you could go anywhere, what is your ideal spring break? Like, what would you do?
Iraq.
You had to go anywhere for spring break and you had unlimited money, where would you go?
My mother's house.
Why is that?
I gotta pay her back. For all that cheese.
So, if you had unlimited money and you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go for spring break?
Ooh. See, I know Ukraine isn't an acceptable option.
If you could go anywhere in the world for spring break, use as much money as possible, where would you go?
I'd probably go to an abandoned island.
An abandoned island? That is rare. Why would you do that?
Cause people won't be there to like make me mad or anything. I could be free.
So you're just gonna be like Gilligan's Island, chilling?
Basically, yeah. And I'll bring everything I need.
Okay, all right, that's respectable.
Probably visit Vietnam right now. It's very pretty right now.
If you could go one place in the world with no money restrictions, no consequences, but you had to take the most annoying family member that you can think of, where would you go?
Definitely your mom's house.
And now it's time for our Sportscast, hosted by Evan Tong.
Welcome back to Buffalo Sports, where I'm your anchor, Evan Tong. Here are recent performances and standings of the past weeks. As said before, we sent 2 girls to state, Tanaya Hunt and Olivia Wilson. They managed to get to the second day at Hartman and bowed out. A bright future awaits as the ladies will lose only 1 senior. Let's pull forward for next year, boys and girls, although I won't be here. It's senior night where the lights shine bright for the final time, not only for the basketball team, but for the cheerleaders and pommies as well. Our final regular season matchup pitted us against South, who came out hot in the beginning, forcing turnovers for a 10-plus point lead. However, Mikkel Carter unleashed his own wrath of turnovers and set the Buffs up on a run to bring it closer. Down 25-28 at the half, South ran out of gas, and the Buffs just took advantage of that to win 63-53 at home. This means we have an 8-2 record when playing south of Kellogg. Congratulations on a 12-8 regular season, and please beat Washburn Rural at Sub-State. Also, did you know that Anthony Verge has a son? Take a look at this. You can have a senior night with 3 seniors, right? Well, the girls set out to win their final regular season matchup against South, where it was close in the beginning, but once again they pulled through. Ended 46-37, and we will be playing East at home for Sub-State. We traded blowout wins in the regular season for a 1-1 series. 13-7 with such a young team? The stars are bright in your future. It's been a while since I've talked about volleyball, but this time it's good news. Maricel Gallegos has signed with Haskell Indian Nations University to play volleyball in Lawrence, Kansas.
Well, for one, I'm Native, so I want to be around my own culture, you know. I haven't really got taught much about Indigenous people, so Haskell is really going to, teach me a lot about myself and the diversity. For sure, the diversity there is amazing.
Congratulations on your step to the next level. Now, another installment of Buff Elites with Ricky Clay.
Hi, it's Ricky Clay. Welcome back to Buff Elites. I'm here with Kayla from our soccer team. Kayla, just one thing I want to ask you, what's it like being on the soccer team? What's the morale like? What's it like hanging out outside of school and everything? Just tell me what it's really like being on this team.
I really think it's really fun being on the team, there's 2 teams, JV and varsity, but honestly it's like one big family, we're all really close. and we all practice together, and it's like a lot of fun. Like last year, we went to like Alejandro's as a team, and it was really fun. And like the coaches are super nice, and they're really chill. So it's like really just like one close-knit family, and like you can really just talk to anybody, and it's really easy to get along with everyone.
That's great to hear. Wonderful. You know, what are some things you guys are going to improve on this year? And, you know, tell me about what you guys have already started doing to, you know, get better.
Well, since last season, we've been practicing all summer, and we've also had working hard and trying to put in that work as much as we can. You know, it's kind of hard without the district letting us use like balls and stuff, but we still manage. You know, we like run. We play a bunch of games to try and build some chemistry, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun, really.
Great, that's great to hear. And also, I hear you're being nominated for Athlete of the Year of Wichita Large Schools.
Yeah.
And you know, how's that feel?
Honestly, I wasn't aware that I was nominated, but honestly, it feels really good because almost everybody else that was nominated are like D1 commits, and they're like very well known and good players in the area. So I thought it was like a really nice thing to be nominated, and it was such an honor, and yeah, it was just really great.
Great to know, man. That sounds like you're in great company, so it says a lot of things about you as a player. Well, once again, it's Ricky Clay with Buff Elites. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Ricky. Well, that wraps up sports. Now, I'd like to give a thanks to the real Buff Elites. You. Back to you, Miles and Skylar.
That's it for this episode, Buffs.
We leave you from some sights and sounds from the last home basketball game. See you around, Buffs.